What is the EDGE program and why is it important?
The EDGE program is an inclusive post-secondary education program for young adults with intellectual disabilities or developmental disabilities. When this program first started, it was one of 5 in the state of Tennessee and the only one that was residential. We became residential from the start because Dr. Oliver truly felt that if we're going to do this, we're going to do it full-blown, we're all in. And I love that attitude that Dr. Oliver has, because he wants to see these students succeed. No matter what's for them or against them, he's all in. Inclusive post-secondary education means that these students get to come to Union University and spend 2 years of their lives. They're learning all about work skills. They're learning about living with other people. They're learning how to cook. They're learning daily living skills. They're learning everything that you learn, but we're doing it at a level that they can understand it and where they can be successful with it. Why is it important? Oh, the reasons are so huge. Because this is their life. This is what their future holds. We have students who apply to us who truly have been sitting at home for a year or two after high school doing nothing but playing video games because they can't find a job. Nobody's willing to take a chance on them, and they don't believe that life can be more. And here at Union in the EDGE program, we're teaching them God has a plan for you. You're created in His image. And we're not only teaching that to the EDGE students, we're teaching that to the traditional students. We're teaching it to the professors, the instructors who are working with them, to know God has a plan for every single one of us. And our plans look different, and they're at different levels, but they're God's plan. And what God means to happen, it's gonna happen. We've got students who are out in the community working at a variety of jobs. They're making paychecks. They're making friendships, just like you are. You're making friendships. You're making advances in your potential careers. That's what our students are doing every single day.
How does the mission of the EDGE program align with the mission of Union University?
The mission of Union University says that it's going to provide a Christ-centered education so that their students can go forward in the community and service to the church and to their fellow man. And we're doing the same thing because, first off, Union's mission is our mission. And then secondly, the EDGE mission, our students are going to have jobs. Our students are going to be in service to the community. Our students are going to hear a godly focused education every single day. And our students are going to have educational enrichment. That is EDGE. So we are people focused. We are future driven. We are excellence driven. Excellence looks different for a lot of different people. And our students, we're teaching them to give God their very best effort. Because ultimately, every single one of us serve God. He is our ultimate boss.
All right. How does the character of Union University contribute to the EDGE program?
I truly wouldn't want to do this anywhere else. First off, Union is very special to me because I'm a Union graduate from many moons ago. As a 1989 graduate, I hold very dear to my heart Union and its value system. The students here at Union encompass a wide variety of people from different walks of life. These students have different goals and different dreams, but what is common for every one of you is that you chose a Christian education. You chose to come here. Now, there are those who have chosen to come to Union who do not yet know Jesus Christ as their personal Lord and Savior. But don't give up, because you're going to hear about Him while you're here. And that community, that's why EDGE exists here because it's kind, it's loving, it's supportive. Even those students who really don't quite get the EDGE program or who we are or what we do, they're still kind to my students. They still are treating them in a respectful manner. And it's not always easy. Our students aren't always easy to live with, but as you and I have discussed before, sometimes you and I aren't easy to live with. So life is always interesting. It's never dull, but I wouldn't want to do this program any other place.
How does Union's EDGE program compare to similar programs?
Here in Tennessee, there are 5 programs set up, and there's a 6th one that's currently in development at East Tennessee State. We're all very similar programs. Only 2 of us are Christian-based programs, Union University and Lipscomb University. We were the first to be residential, so we were kind of cutting edge with finding some of the issues that go along with residential. We have 25 students with intellectual and or developmental disabilities living on our campus this year. That far exceeds any other program in the state. Overall in the nation, there are 270 programs that are inclusive post-secondary education. Only 60 of those are residential programs. So we have a lot in common with other programs, but not a lot in common with other programs. Because I think the Christian-based aspect of an inclusive post-secondary education program is what makes us exceptional. Our student body makes us exceptional. Whereas a student body of 4,000 comes up with 50 mentors. A student, how many do we have living on Union's campus this year? Undergraduates, 1,000 maybe? So out of 1,000 students, we have 65 mentors. So the Union students really step up and make this program what it is. Mentors are the backbone of a program like this.
What does the future of higher education programs for students with intellectual and developmental disabilities look like?
I think it looks incredible, because I think the more people that meet our students and the more professors and instructors who deal with our students, the less awkward it becomes. Because even our instructors and professors with their doctorates and their degrees and things, when they first have an EDGE student in their classes, many of them are kind of skittish. They don't know what to think about it. But once they meet our students and they realize what the student can and cannot contribute to the course and what the student is getting out of the course, then everybody seems to become a lot more accepting. As a matter of fact, one of the School of Education instructors came to me, and one of our students had taken an unmodified quiz with everyone else, the exact same quiz. Now our student got a 6 out of 12 on the quiz, but there were traditional students who made less than that. So when the traditional student sees how hard our students work and what they're willing to do to be successful, sometimes it makes them up their game. And they also learn a great deal about interacting, hiring, working alongside a person who's very different from them. Really, the disability movement is the new civil rights movement of our decade, of just this whole era, because we've got people who are now working in places and in positions who would never have been considered for a job before. You have to remember that it wasn't that long ago when whites and African Americans couldn't go to school together. That wasn't that long ago. At that same time that African American students were held as our equals, because they are, The students with disabilities were then allowed to go to school with a traditional student. No one really knew what to do with them at that point, but that's when special education was really born and really began to grow in both its depth and its width.